This is the Maple Mountain Elleves Senior Showcase, and today we are honoring Kenzie Cowan. Kenzie Cowan, daughter of Doug and Lisa Cowan, is a senior and 3-year member of the drill team. Kenzie enjoys hanging out with her friends and family, hiking, camping, swimming, and spending time at the res with her besties. Kenzie was awarded the Academic All-Region Award and was given the Most Valuable Player Award at Epic Drill Camp. Kenzie was assistant drill mistress for the team this past year. Her favorite drill team memory was the team summer party at the pool. It was so much fun having a water balloon fight. Kenzie has loved every moment on drill. Even if they were hard, she loved them because it made the team better. She is grateful for all the people she met and all the great experiences she has gained through drill. Kenzie would like to thank her mom and sister for being there through it all. She would also like to thank her coaches for the lessons they have taught her. She would like to thank her teammates because they will forever be her best friends. Kenzie Cowan. Welcome to the Maple Mountain Senior Elevate Showcase, and I'm your host, Jeff Porcaro, and I'm here today with Kenzie Cowan. Kenzie, I want you to go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you've been doing while we've been on the break.
I've been doing a lot of school, obviously online, and I practice sometimes in a church, and I just do our dances, and I work out sometimes in there, and that's pretty much all I've been doing. Maybe a little bit of working.
Okay, and I know that with the Elleves, you guys have a pretty big practice period throughout the years that you've been there. And you guys probably work out more than any other group I know. And so with all of those times and all those workouts and everything else, what do you do to kind of keep the practices and all those workouts fun?
I would say just have a positive attitude about it, because a lot of workouts can get you kind of grumpy, especially if you wake up super early in the morning. But since this quarantine has happened, I've still been working out, just because if you don't, then you will get tired. So I would just say, if you're working out, keep doing it and don't stop.
Okay. Yeah. Those are all good things. And so looking back at your time as an Elevate, what was the favorite dance that you've done?
That one's definitely a hard one. I think usually hip hop is more fun to do at like football games and stuff, but I think my favorite one to compete was kick. Last year we did like the alien kick dance. That was really cool. It was like outer space. That was probably my favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that was a fun one.
Yeah, that was cool.
And so along the same lines, what was your favorite costume that you guys had over the years?
I know this is like not what people expect, but my favorite is military, when we have like the maroon unitard with like the glittery belt thing. I just think they look really good on the floor, and like when you're dancing, they like stand out. So I really like them.
That's great. That's actually one that has come up before, and so definitely a good outfit. And in all the time that you've performed, and you guys have had a lot of opportunity to perform, whether it's at state basketball games, or football, or at competitions. Where's your favorite place that you've performed?
I love the football field. It's the best when you have football season and it's dark outside and the lights are shining. That's like my favorite time to perform. Like the student section is going crazy. The lights are on us. The football field is fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's actually one of my favorite times too, is football games. And you've probably been dancing for a long time, and at some point you decided, hey, I want to go try out for drill or dance competitively. When did you first start dancing?
So I started first dancing when I was 3 years old, just a little girl. And then I stopped for a year and decided to play soccer when I was like 7, I think. And then I started competing when I was 8 years old. And I just competed until drill.
Wow, that's a long time. That's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of competition, a lot of dance time. So throughout all of that time, and especially through your time as an Elleves, who have you looked up to, or who has inspired you as an Elleves?
That one's a hard one, but I think that usually the people on your team inspire you the most. So it just kind of depends on the year. But like this year, I feel like it was kind of hard because we were the seniors, but I just looked up to like the other seniors on the team. And like when I was a sophomore, I looked up to the seniors. I feel like just like the older people that you dance with but are still on your team, that's really like helpful because that's like inspiration to you of what you want to be.
Okay, that's great. And throughout all of the time and through your competitions and even through some of the performances, what do you do to kind of get into the zone or get rid of the butterflies before you go out and compete?
I don't actually think the butterflies go away, but I know like before competitions, I try to go to bed early, which doesn't work very well, especially if it's like before state or something. You don't really sleep that much. But I feel like when I ever try like get out my jitters, I usually put on my headphones and like just close my eyes and like think about things because like if you're on the bus ride to state, that's what I do, and listen to some pump up music to get me pumped for the competition. But there's nothing to really get away the butterflies for me. At least I always have them.
That's great. Well, it does help kind of keep you on your toes for sure.
Yeah.
Um, and and so one of the questions we've been asking is, what are your plans after high school?
So I recently just got put on the Badgerettes dance team for Snow College. So in the fall, I'm going to start going to Snow College and be on their dance team.
That's awesome. Congratulations on
Thank you.
That's really cool. And definitely a good opportunity to keep at doing what you like to do.
Yeah.
Well, great. So probably the last question I have is, as you've had some time to kind of sit back and think during the suspension of practices and everything, you've probably had some time to reflect and look back at your career as an Elleves. What would you say are your words of wisdom or advice for the other girls that are following behind you?
I would say never take anything for granted. Even if it's a morning practice or an after school practice, they all add up into little things to be like a really big deal. So I would just say don't take anything for granted and be positive about practice.
That's great advice. Well, Kenzie, we want to thank you for taking some time and talking to us today and letting us get to learn a little more about your time as an Elleves.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for joining us in celebration of these great Maple Mountain Elleves seniors. This has been a presentation of Maple Mountain Sports.